I've been covering a little bit one of the biggest problems that we see on our customer side. The biggest pain point today is spare parts availability. And they want to have spare parts available, they want to have them closer to them, and they want to have a faster turnaround time around that. And I've been describing a little bit the journey that we have been doing at Cavotec in the past years in order to build an organization that is meeting this customer demand and is not kind of running away from that. It requires some investments, it requires some changes in the way of working, and I've been a little bit describing what we've been putting in place in order to be able to meet this demand availability from our own customers. And for me, it's always starting with people, so we've been putting together the right team in the right places. We try to cover the entire world on that side. We have a fantastic team of people now that is really customer-centric, sitting close to our customers. That was action number one. And action number two, on the stock availability, we are mainly a European manufacturer with some subsidiaries as well within India and China, but the core is still here in Europe. And we have been trying to push back availability of parts as close as possible to our end users. And that requested us as well to enable decision making at a local level. So rather than still having a global coverage, but with decision making at local level. So that has been a little bit, I think, the two key takeaways of my speech today. And I would add as well one quote that we've been learning during some training programs in our recent service journey within Cavotec, which is that most of our customers are getting there now, that if you don't schedule your maintenance, your equipment, we schedule that for you. And that's something that we're using a lot to get our own customers in the mindset that they need to take maintenance as a top priority in order to ensure that their equipment is going to run for the cycle time that is meant to be run. I think it was a great event once more. It was my second time coming here. And the reason why I came back was when I came in 2 years ago. I came in with a need, and that need was answered back then. I was looking for how to structure pricing within my organization, and I learned a lot out of that back then. And when I was contacted by the beautiful Koppberger team this time, I say, I'm going to go back again. I can share something more about our journey, where we stand, and I'm sure that I can learn something out of that. And what I learned today, aside from the buzzword that was flying around, resilience everywhere, but I think what was really interesting to me was to be exposed of how the customer behaviors is changing, how the people that we're dealing with are changing, and the way that companies are getting organized in order to be able to address this changing. We're dealing with new generation, we're dealing with different kind of demands, information are available everywhere, but how do we make information and information? How do we split between data and non-data? And I think the biggest takeaway for me, as usual in this forum, is that we spend some time with our peers, professionally in the same environment, different size of companies, but the problems are the same, and it's a lot of learning opportunities. You pick and grab something out of everyone to say, okay, I can go back home and I can sit down with my team and say, hey guys, there is a different way of approaching this. I've been learning this and that, so let's do it. So I think it's a lot of concrete actions that we can take out of that.